Okay, so we're live on YouTube as well. So let me share the link with the WhatsApp community. All right, so that we can start. Okay, so good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining the conversation with Sunday Anani. My name is Sunday Anani. I'm so glad to have you all on the call. I strongly believe that this session is going to be very enlightening to you, and I do believe that you will have a lot to take away. It's taking a lot to do this at this time of the day, so it's a lot of sacrifice on my part. Please, everybody, turn off your video. Your video should not be on, please. It takes a lot of sacrifice on my part to be able to do this at this time of the day. So, and I also appreciate all of you for showing up. I do believe that we are going to have a very good time tonight. Thank you for joining once again. I appreciate you. Just a few minutes, just a few seconds. Let me quickly do a few. mm, right, right. Okay, so every other person, please turn off your video. Like I said, you do not need to turn on your video. Every other person, please turn off your video so that we can get into this. So this night, what we want to do is very simple. My goal is simply to bring some form of education to us as little as possible. But before we do that, let's just have a word of prayer. Lord, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I pray that this interaction that we're going to be having will be a very worthwhile time. The participants are going to learn, and I do pray and hope that you will speak to the heart of everyone in the name of Jesus. Take absolute control where there is confusion in anybody's heart. I pray, Lord, you will take away confusion, shine light upon our ways, shine light into the heart of people, let people be able to think right, act right, make better decisions for themselves. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So, once again, my name is Sunday Anani, and it's a pleasure to be in our midst. For those of you who are meeting me for the first time, I am very happy to also meet all of you. You probably joined this conversation this night because maybe you saw the link somewhere. A friend probably posted the link and then you picked it up and you are here with us. Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. You can still share the link with your friends if you want to, but you need to share the YouTube link with them, not the Zoom link. The Zoom link is already filled to a point. If you're on YouTube and you want to go to the Zoom, you can try to do that because at some point some people may be leaving the Zoom meeting for whatever reason, I don't know. So you can try to join in case there's a space you'll be able to get in. If not, just stay on Zoom on the YouTube channel. It's the same thing that you are listening to, and I know you are going to be fine. So, right. So a little bit of information about me. I've already said what my name is. My name is Sanjay Nani. By God's grace, I'm married, and I've been in this marriage by God's grace for more than 10 years now. I got married in 2016. I got married in 2016, and from then till now, God has been so helpful. God has been helping me and my wife. We've been doing really well. We've been doing really well, and I do believe that the few things that I'm going to be sharing with you here tonight will be helpful to you. I am very particular about singles, and the reason I'm particular about you singles is because you are not yet married. And because you are not yet married, you have 100% chance of getting married right. You have 100% chance of getting marriage correctly. You have that ability, you have that chance, you have that free will, you have that, I mean, you have all you need to be able to make the best of the best decision. The reason is simple: you are not yet married. And because you have not entered marriage, that alone gives you the opportunity to get this correctly. And that is why I'm very particular about your set. I'm very particular about your category. For those who have married, of course, this is not for the married people. They are already married. That decision is already made, right? But for you who are not yet married, you your opportunity is still very, very much intact. And I want to sincerely hope and pray that you all will take this as serious as I take it. Because I believe that one major decision that can change everything for you is this decision of who to get married to. If you get it right, I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. And for me, it has been really, really amazing. I always tell my students, those who are in my pre-marriage class, those who join my, those are the singles who are looking forward to getting married. I do a training for them. I always tell them that marriage is an amazing place to be in. However, it cannot be amazing if you get in, into it and you are not doing it with the right person, for example. If you're not doing it with the right person, it's not going to be what you expect it to be. It's not going to be what probably what I've been looking forward to. So I want to strongly advise you that this opportunity that you have, please take the full part of it. Take it to the fullest. Take it to the fullest. Don't leave any part of it. But before we go into that, I've seen a couple of questions that you all have sent to me. There are quite a number of questions, and I'm happy that you asked these questions. I'm going to be attending to as many of those questions as possible. I have 42 questions. 42 questions from 42 different people. So you can imagine that that is a whole lot already. And when I mean 42, 42 from 42 people, it's not even 42 because there is somebody here, only one person. The person asked 7 questions. 7 questions, seven, only one person. Another person asked, I think about, I think about 8 questions thereabout. So it's a whole lot. Yeah, somebody asked 8 questions, only one person. So we have questions like that. There are so many. And the reason you are so dear to my heart is because you see, singles, singles are bothered, and the bothering, what is bothering you is actually legitimate. It's legitimate because many of you have questions, very genuine questions. You are looking for answers to those questions, but somehow you probably have not found those answers, or you have found an answer that is not the kind of answer that you believe is correct, right? And so you are still on the search. If I'm correct, I want to see that. I want somebody to confirm that. If you just confirm that to me, you don't need to open your microphone. Just use the chat room. You know, if you're on YouTube, you can quickly join the Zoom. There, somebody, two people have dropped off. Try it. You just be able to get in, right? You are looking for answers. Many people are looking for answers, and those answers, if you don't get them, you will not be comfortable. You will not be able to even rest, right? You keep looking for that answer because the questions that are on your mind, they truly have to be answered. They truly have to be answered. And until they are answered, you keep searching. That is why the questions I have here, they are quite many. And I'm just trusting God that we'll be able to deal with them. But before I even go into that, I want to let you know that what I've told you concerning marriage is true. It's a very beautiful place. And God's desire for you is for you to also get it right. God desires that you get it right. God desires that you make the best of decisions. God desires that you meet the right man. God desires that you meet the right woman. God desires for you that you are also the right person. God desires that you are the right person, because it is not enough for you to say, I want to marry the right man. It's not enough for you to say, I want to marry the right woman. The question you also want to ask yourself is, are you also making yourself the right candidate? Because the same way you are looking at the people that are interested in getting married to you, and you want to choose the best one, you want to look for the best one, they are also looking at you and checking you. Some of the questions that I've seen here just confirms to me that many of you, or let me say some of you, have been in a relationship or are in a relationship with somebody that is not the right candidate. Because if I look very closely at the questions that you have asked me, those questions just point that, yeah, you have met somebody who are, or maybe you have been in a previous relationship that's really hurt you. I mean, I have a question here that I'm going to be answering. Hopefully, I'll be able to get there, of somebody who is so hot, who is suspicious of everybody, suspicious of relationships, suspicious. I mean, he's just fearful, not thinking that anything can work again. And I'm telling you because this is important. You have to also check that you are the right person. Because if you are not the right person, when people meet you, the kind of experience they will take away after meeting you can be very awful. So the question you want to ask yourself is, as a single person, when people meet you, what do they take away after meeting you? What do they take away? What is the takeaway? What is the experience like when they leave? If they associate with you for a couple of months, for a couple of weeks, what do they take away? What is the kind of experience that they take away after meeting you? And this is very important because many people are bleeding on others. They are bleeding on others. Then we also have some of you who believe that you are so mature and you are so ready for marriage, but you are not meeting the right person, or nobody's even saying hello to you. Because I saw the poll that we did. Many of you are not in any relationship, and it doesn't mean that that is bad. It's not. There's nothing wrong with that. But I strongly believe that many of you who are not in any relationship, you want to be in a relationship. You desire to be in a relationship. Is that true of us? Am I right? If I'm right, let me see. Let me see your response in the chat room. You don't need to open your microphone. Just use the chat room and respond. Right? You desire to be in a relationship, but you probably are meeting men who are just interested in sex. Somebody asks a question around the persons that she is meeting. They are just interested in sex. To make the matter worse, these people are people who are, according to her, workers in the church where she worships, ministers, you know, and they want sex, they want sex, they want sex. And yet you are there, you are doing everything you can to be the right person. And the kind of people you are attracting, the kind of people you are meeting, they are not just the people that you believe that you can do marriage with. They have such cases. I'm going to be addressing that as well. How can you meet the right people? When you meet the right person, how do you know that, oh, I have met the right person by God's grace? What are the ways, what are the means through which you can confirm that you have met the right person? We are going to look at that. Then some of you are also fearful. You're afraid of getting married. I've seen those questions. Some of you are fearful. Somebody said she has confessed the word of God, she has proclaimed the word of God, and she's just fearful. She's afraid of commitment. She's afraid of committing herself to somebody. I'm going to be telling you what and what you can do. The questions are many, and the things we need to treat, there are so many. So at some point, I will tell you to go and get something to read. Maybe get a book, maybe one of my books, get this book to read it. Because the truth is that if you stay here for 3 hours, I can stay on this training with you till 1 a.m. I can assure you that by God's grace, I can stay with you till 1 a.m. But even at that, we will not be able to attend to everything. We will not be able to attend to all of the questions. There are so many, but we'll try. Now, one thing I need you to take note of, first of all, is that I need you to put your mind to rest. Somebody say rest. Type it in the chat room. Rest your mind. Put your mind to rest. Put your mind to rest. Type it. Tell yourself, rest my mind. I rest my mind. Many of you are bothered. You are looking at your age. You are looking at, circumstances. You are looking at the pressure that is around you. And because of that, you are so bothered. You are so concerned that when will I be able to find the right person? When will the right person find me? I need you to tell yourself, I rest my mind. I rest my mind. Tell yourself, I rest my mind. I rest my mind. This is so important. I rest my mind. You see, it is not enough to type, I rest my mind. It is important for you to actually live the experience of rest. to live in the experience of rest. Many people at times, they tell themselves, I'm not bothered, I'm not bothered. They say that when they are outside, but when they go home, they spend so much time crying. They spend so much time hugging their pillow and asking God, why? Why am I still here? Why has nobody come for me? Why has the right person, why is it that the right man has not spoken to me? Why is it that the right woman has not proposed to me? Why is it that I'm meeting the wrong people? They are crying. If that is your experience, my prayer for you is that God will change that experience for you. But you need to rest. You need to give yourself rest. Many people have been told different things. Do this, do that, go to that place, do that one, do that one. And they have done many of those things, or even more, but nothing appears to be working. I need you to know this night that you need to rest yourself. You need to put your mind to rest, because it is not by your works that you can get the right man or the right woman to get married to. So rest yourself. That's the first thing I need to tell you. Your mind is bogged up. Your mind is bothered. Your mind is filled with a whole lot of things, but you need to rest yourself. Rest yourself. Rest in the Lord. Put your confidence in God and just rest. Behave as if there's no pressure on you, even though there is so much pressure on your head. Rest your mind. Rest your soul. You cannot rest too much when you are dealing with God. It's not possible. You cannot. If the Lord is working on you, for example, you cannot say, I'm tired of being worked on. I want to get out of this place. And the state that some of you may be in is that you don't even know that God is still working on you. To be honest with you, there are some of you may not even know. You may not even know. Some singles don't know that God is not done with them. But do you know what they are focusing on? They are looking at their age. If you're on YouTube, you can join Zoom. 3 people have dropped off. You can they don't know that God is still working on them. I'm telling you, they're just looking at their age. Say, I'm 35, I'm 34. Nobody is coming for me. Nobody has proposed to me. Since I graduated, nobody has ever said, I want to get married to you. But if you look at yourself, you don't know that you are not ready for marriage. The only thing that makes you think you are ready for marriage is your age, graduation, and you are working, and you have a house. You are working, you have a house, you have a job. You are also of age. So with that, you believe that, you are good to go. But the truth is that you are not ready. And how do I know that you are not ready? Maybe you don't have the right attitude yet. There are many singles that don't have the right attitude. There are many of them in male, in females. They don't have the right attitude. They don't know the right thing to do. They don't have the right behavior at all. And you are praying that God should give you who you will get married to. Hey, you don't know what that means. It's like giving you a knife when you don't know how to handle a knife yet. I'm telling you, it's like giving you a biro, a pen, when you are still making mistakes with pencil. And with a biro, you can't erase. And God is saying, no matter your age, even if you are 40, if you are not qualified to use a pen, if it is given to you, you will mess up the whole book. You will write nonsense. You will not be able to erase the nonsense. And I'm telling you the truth. That is the experience of some people. That's the experience of some people. Your attitude, go and check it. Your behavior, go and check it. The way you talk to people, go and check it. The way you interact with people, go and check it. The way when you are in the midst of other people. I'm telling you this because I'm very sure that it is a problem that some singles are facing. They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to communicate with people. There are some that they speak to other singles, they speak to other people, and you will think, how can you speak like this? They use foul language. I want to tell you tonight that if you are in a relationship with anybody that uses foul language, that calls you names, that calls you who you are not, that describes you in manner and means that you are not, and you stay in that relationship for whatever reason you have, you are the one that is cooking yourself. You are cooking yourself for what you don't want to like. If you're in a relationship and it doesn't look like what you want, you should begin to think of how to get out of that relationship. Any relationship that belittles you, makes you feel lesser than who you are, makes you look irrelevant, makes you think of yourself lesser than who you truly are, It's not a place you should be in. And how do you know that you are in that kind of relationship? Any relationship where you are spoken to anyhow, you are addressed anyhow, your views don't count, your opinion does not count. When you talk, your feelings are invalidated. When you bring up an issue, the person will tell you you are overreacting, when in the actual sense you are not overreacting. You are reacting the right way. Go and get out of those kind of relationships. Go and get out of those kind of relationships. Number two, relationships where there is immorality. Immorality, either over the phone, either physically, go and get out now. You cannot have a good marital experience if you are going into that marriage through the wrong means. I normally say to people that sometimes the kind of experience you will have in marriage depends on the kind of how you enter, the entry. The entry can determine your experience. The entry can determine your experience. If you enter while you ignore abuse, verbal abuse, verbal. She speaks to you anyhow, he speaks to you anyhow. He does not. Somebody asks a question about communication, the way she communicates with the young man. The young man will take forever to answer. But when he is the one that initiated the chat, he's always responding very quickly. And then when she brings it up, he will just rubbish the whole thing, go and think immediately and look for ways to get out. Because let me tell you, for some of you, the reason you have not even probably met the right person is because you are in a relationship with the wrong person, and there's no room. There's no room to accommodate the right person because you are in a relationship with the wrong person, and you are not creating room for the right person to come in. So when I tell you this, for example, that think about it critically, be sure that who you are dealing with is the right person for yourself. You just occupy, and then some people stay in a relationship where they'll be like, I don't know if I will meet another person. And for that reason, they stay where nothing is working. Do you know that the longer you stay in a place where that relationship is not working, the longer you are delaying the opportunity of meeting the right person? Does that make sense to you? If it does, type it makes sense. I want to see if those on YouTube, I can see your comment. Well done. Type it makes sense. It makes sense. Does it make sense? If it does not make sense, don't worry, don't type anything. But if that makes sense to you, type it makes sense. Some of you need to live where you are. There are some questions I get from singles. I'll just be wondering, is this the person that wants to get married? When the situation is very obvious, you don't even need to speak to anybody. If you're a good thinker, you can on your own know that this is the answer. But you still see, especially ladies, they'll still be asking, what should I do? I am confused. When the thing is very clear, there is no need to even, in fact, God has already answered your prayer that you should get out. You see single ladies still asking, what should I do? I am confused. And it is you that want to get married when you cannot make simple decisions. You see, God is testing some of you with simple things, and you are failing at those things. You're now expecting to give you a bigger task of marriage. You will mess it up. You will mess it up. I don't know if you get my point. You're going to mess it up. You will spoil it. You are praying that God should give you a lady, one of his daughters. Give me one of your sons, oh God. But you that want to, you are asking God for one of his sons, one of his daughters, you don't have the capacity to manage them. And you're expecting God to hand over a precious, daughter, a precious son to you. No, go and check yourself and work on the lapses. Tell yourself the truth. See, sit down and have a meeting with yourself. What do I need to work on? What do I need to change? Go and change it. After you have rested your mind, after you have trusted God, after you have, believed that God does things, and then you have put your mind down and all of that, go and also make sure that you check yourself. Then the next thing I want to tell you, be bold to say no to people who are badly behaved. I'm coming back to it again. Be very bold to say no to people who are badly behaved. There are people who have bad behavior. They have bad behavior. Be bold to say no to them. Don't linger around such people. If you're in a relationship and the person is badly behaved, don't linger around the person. Take your exit. Leave the person as quickly as possible. Walk away as quickly as possible, especially if you can confirm that this person is badly behaved. They speak anyhow, they treat you anyhow, they disrespect you. If you're a woman and the man you're in a relationship with disrespects you, speaks anyhow, use this opportunity to dump them immediately. Because if you make the mistake of thinking, I will complain to him, I will tell her the way she is talking to me, I don't like it, and you know, okay, I will give you time, and then they use that time of 6 months, 3 months to just to deceive you, and then you say, okay, he has changed, she has changed. The way he used to speak to me, he doesn't do that again. It's okay. You will know that people don't change as easily as you think. I'm telling you. But I don't pray you know in quotes in marriage. Because at that time, your choices are limited. Your choices, they are limited. The best time you can do this shakara is before you say, I do. The moment you get into that mind, that shakara level, that shakara ability has dropped significantly. Significantly, it has dropped. Significantly, it has dropped. So I advise you, take note. Take note. That is that for that. The next thing you want to do to be a wise single, a single that is wise, please take note. A single that is wise. Another thing you should take advantage of, that you should take note of, is that you need to leave your past. Many of you are holding on to your past. That is why it is difficult for you to even move forward. A lot of you, you are too much in doubt. I see the questions. You are in doubt too much. You are in doubt. You suspect everybody. People come close to you. You don't believe that they are genuine. You don't believe. Somebody wants to get married to you. You are so fearful because of something that happened in the past. You need to leave the past. If somebody has ever hurt you before, and because of that, you now meet new people, you can't give them room, you don't trust them. I'm telling you that you are the one wasting your time legally. And legally wasting your own time. Because the devil keeps succeeding at keeping you at the back by making you to look back more than you should look at the front. It reminds you of the things that happened when you were in a previous relationship 3-4 years ago. And here you are, and you are praying, do you know that you are praying in your mind, you are praying that God should help you, God should help, and God is actually ready to, in fact, God has even helped you. That is why new people are coming to you. But the devil keeps making you to look at the new people through the lens of the old people. Does that make sense to anybody? If it does, I want you to type, yes, it makes sense. Those on YouTube, I want to see your comment as well. Does it make sense to anybody? If it does, I want you to type, yes, it makes sense. Yes, it makes sense. Let me see it in the chat room. If that makes sense to you. God has answered your prayer. He has told you that, see, let me tell you, the truth is this: marriage, the decision to get married is a gamble. It's a gamble that you need to take at some time. And why are you taking the gamble on? You are taking the gamble on God. Say, I'm trusting God that this is it. But many of you, some of you rather, don't even know how to trust God. That is why after you have confessed the word of God, you have prayed, you have done this, you have done that, when you now meet a person, you will still be fearful. Somebody sent me a question, said she is afraid of committing to a man, committing to one person. That's gamophobia. They call it gamophobia. One of my books treats that. Yeah, my books. You see, there's one of my books, this particular book here, titled Dear Singles, Calm Down. I know many years ago, I mean, not many years, some years ago, that the fear of getting married is a major challenge for many singles. That fear can keep you in that singlehood until you are 40. And you are not single because people are not coming to you. You are single because you are saying no to them. Why? You are afraid. You need to leave your past. Whatever is making you to be fearful, and you call yourself a believer, and the word of God is a weapon in your hand, yet you don't understand that it has a power to break and lose you from that grip of fear, I'm sorry, the devil is still winning. The devil is still winning, but that is not the right thing, because he's never supposed to win over your life. Fear is never supposed to rule over your life. This session will not end lesser than 10:30, so please prepare your mind. Not lesser than, so it means it will definitely be more than 10:30. So I'm just telling you ahead. I get my point. So I know that tomorrow is work, but I just need to do this. A lot has gone into it, so please take note. Leave that fear behind. Do you know what? Take gamble on God. Take that gamble. Take it on God. I want you to type it. I will gamble on God. You see, it is reliable to gamble on God. But if you keep gambling on, or you keep deciding based on the way you feel, based on the way you see people, based on what you hear about people, I am telling you, you are going nowhere. God has answered some prayers long ago. Down. God has answered long ago. But because you are still dwelling in that past, you are still dwelling in that, that thing that is right behind you, you cannot move forward. Is it healing you need? The Lord is able to, God is able to heal you. Clean, pure. Pure. Is able to heal you. Now, let me tell you my own story. Before I met my wife, or let me say, before I knew that this is the person I should propose marriage to, I was in a relationship, or I was looking forward to getting a yes from a particular lady. We served together, we're in the same lodge, so we're close, we're in the same lodge. We used to see each other every day. So at a point, I felt that, oh, this is somebody I should get married to. So I proposed marriage to her. She told me to give her some time, and then I waited. She took her time. Eventually, she came back to tell me that she was not interested. She just told me a no after I waited for 8 weeks. So after 8 weeks of waiting, she eventually came and told me no, she was not interested. I was really, really disappointed. I was so sad. Like, man, what is this? This just happened to me. Eventually, hmm? I decided to just move on. But before I knew it, within 10 days, I was praying, I was studying the word of God. From the word of God, I was led. From there, I went on my knees, I prayed, and I got my clarity. And I moved on. When I share this story on social media, particularly, people will be like, 10 days, 10 days. You have found somebody. Yes, really? It means that the person was in the background, the person was in the picture. I will just be looking at them. You don't know my work with God and how he did what he did. See, God is ready to settle some of us as quickly as possible, but because we are people who are so firm, we are firm with our past. This thing happened to me. The Kiniko happened to me. She did that. She said this. He did this. He did that. You will remain there for as long as you keep holding on to that past. Within 10 days, I was done. Or let me say within 10 days, God was done with me. 10 days. If you read in my book, this book titled Now This Is Courtship. For some of you must have read this book. Now This Is Courtship. I share the story in this book. Within 10 days, God did it. I think I also shared it in this one. My Marriage, My Work. For those who have read it. For those who have not read it, you can try to get it. 10 days. Why did that happen? It happened because I made myself open to God. God can heal you within one day. I'm telling you, you can have a relationship heartbreak and it looks like, my heart is broken, my heart is shattered. But if you leave that heart, if you leave that broken heart in the hand of God, he is able to fix it quickly. God does not need 6 months to fix you. He doesn't need 1 year to fix you. He doesn't need 3 years to fix you. No matter the pain. But the reason many people are dwelling where they are is because they don't want to leave the past. I need to move very fast so that I can start answering the question. Lastly, don't be held down by fear. I keep saying it. I keep saying it. Don't be held down by fear. Don't be held down by fear. Fear is a torment in the hand of the devil. Unfortunately, many Christians are allowing him to torment them. Fear is tormenting you. Tormenting you. If you say yes now, do you know what he will do to you? Do you know what she will do to you? Do you know what he can do? Do you know what she can do? And then you are tormented. You are tormented. You are so tormented. Take away that fear from your heart. If you're on YouTube, go to the Zoom. There's one space there. Take away that fear. I keep telling you, take away that fear. This book will help you a lot. This particular one, Dear Singles, Calm Down. It says how exactly you can take away that fear from your heart. My prayer is that God will give you wisdom. He will give you rest. He will give you understanding to know that what is a problem to you is nothing to him, and that he can sort you out so far you are ready to work with him. So I want to quickly go into the questions, because I know that in answering those questions, we are going to find answers to many things that are bothering some of us, right? The questions, like I said, there are many. So I won't be able to answer all of them, but what I will be able to, what I can answer, I'm going to try as much as possible, and I hope that you'll be able to learn from even the questions that other people have asked. So let's take this first one. This person says, the person I'm in a distance relationship with always complains that I love attention too much. He's not supposed, he often says that he's not supposed to chat with me from morning to night. At some point, I told him, if you're not comfortable with chatting all the time, tell me when we should communicate. At least I will know when to reach out or talk to you. But he always wants me to assume when he's busy, even when I see him online posting on WhatsApp. At some point, he said, I'm selfish and wicked. I'm selfish and wicked. He doesn't like calls. And most times, I can only reach him on WhatsApp. How often do you think people in long distance relationship should communicate? So if you're in a long distance relationship, please let me tell you, if I mention my books, it's because most of the things that singles are facing, I've dealt with those things in my books. So I'll make reference to my books a whole lot. It's not because I want you to go and by fire by force buy them. If you don't buy them, there is no problem. The Lord will send buyers. But in reading, there are some questions that you will have found answers to straight up. In reading this book, now this is courtship. The last chapter on this book, I wrote on, I think, about 22 things those who are in a long distance relationship can do together. 22 things. So even on this call, I can't tell you all the 22. So if you get this book, for example, you get a whole lot. Now, for this person, if you're in a long distance relationship and he's always online, he's communicating, he's posting, and then for you, he's not communicating with you, it simply may mean that you are not important to him. See, the answers I'm going to be giving you, they are going to be very, very blunt. Very blunt, because that's what you need to hear. He doesn't have time for you. Let me tell you, if somebody needs you, if somebody wants you, they want to marry you, they claim to love you, one thing, or one of the most important things they will make time for is how to communicate with you. Because without communication, there's no relationship. In fact, they will be like, if I don't communicate with this person, hope somebody else will not be communicating with him or with her. So if you complain about it at all, they will do anything they can to make. I remember when I was in courtship with my wife, there was a point in time our communication was not good. She was not happy. Well, we were also in a long time. She was not happy at all. She felt bad. She complained about it, and I had to make conscious improvement. Conscious improvement. If the person is online posting, engaging on WhatsApp status, and you are there sending chats, you are not answered, my sister, it doesn't look like you are important to that person. It's very simple. Don't waste your time looking for long answers. You are not important to him. As a lady, listen very well. As a lady, a man is supposed to be chasing you. A man is supposed to be chasing you. Don't make yourself the rag for any man, such that you are not the one running after him. Hello, I've chatted you since morning. You have not answered me. What is happening? Hello. No. He should be chasing you. People can be busy. Take note. However, even though they are busy, they will tell you when they are available. They will look for time to send you a message. Do you know that it doesn't take a whole lot to update your partner that, oh, I won't be available for so time. A short voice note of 10 seconds can do it. 30 seconds, 1 minute, and your partner will be at rest that, okay, by 4 p.m., he will be available, he will talk to me. So for this person that is just doing you anyhow, you are the one looking for him, and you are not talking to me, and then he's not telling you that you are selfish, you are wicked. I don't know what made him to say that. Yet He's online. Yet he's posting on status. Give yourself brain, oh my sister. It doesn't look like, you know, you are so important to him. If you are important to him, he will also prioritize you to communicate with you. The next question says, for the same person, another thing is most times we do have issues, like me sending my nudes. And at first, I started sending, but with time, I refused because I believe Christians are not supposed to do that. And it's a sin against my body. He started complaining, comparing me indirectly with his ex or brother's wife. And I'm beginning to view this relationship as unhealthy for me. I don't know what to do at the moment. What do you advise? What advice do you have for me? You see, this is what I said about single ladies. Some of you, you will see obvious thing. You will still be asking questions. It's good you're asking questions, but let me tell you, grow to the point where you can analyze an issue for yourself and make your decision. He's asking you to be sending nudes to him. What does he want to do with the nude? Are you getting my point? What does he want to do with the nude? Then you now said, no, this thing is not. See, you can make a mistake by maybe emotions carried you away. At some point in time, you felt, and just to show that you love this person, for whatever reason, you can send nude. But when you now came to your senses and you say, no, this thing is wrong, I should not do it, you now stopped it. That now became an issue for the person in a relationship with. For God's sake, you can already tell that even you go, what are you doing there? Are you getting my point? This person is obviously lacking in Christian values. So I'm a Christian counselor. So I believe that both my audience are Christians. If you are not, the counsel will not will be too blunt for you. So this new thing, and then he's angry with it, comparing you with his ex. You are in a wrong relationship. You can get out like this night if you are still in this relationship. You can leave this night. Go as I'm talking to you. So because this one that you are in, I'm sorry, doesn't make sense, right? So I'm done with that person. The next question, let me answer this one by Emmanuel. He said, is it possible not to have glitches in a committed relationship? Is it possible not to have glitches in a committed relationship? What do we do when one party feels like they are not doing enough compared to what their partner is doing? And it is overwhelming. And the only option coming to mind is just to quit the relationship. The first part of the question, is it possible not to have glitches? The answer is no, it's not possible. There is no, even if you give 1001 commitment to a relationship, there will still be some glitches. The reason is simple: human beings are not perfect. However, your ability to manage those glitches is what makes you a person who understands the dynamics of relationship. I hope you get my point. Your ability to manage the glitches is what gives you, that is what makes us understand that you are mature and that you are ready to do that relationship. So there will always be glitches, but you need to grow to the point where you'll be able to handle those glitches, both of you, with maturity. And then you say, what do you do when one party feels like they are not doing enough? They are not doing enough. Maybe it is you or your partner, they feel like they're not doing enough. So it's now becoming very overwhelming for them. That person is probably facing some other challenges, maybe from work, family, and all of that. That's one. Number two, it may be that the relationship is not yet a priority for them. That's why they are not doing enough, so they want to pull out. Are you getting my point? That is why, see, let me tell you, the relationship is cheap, it's still easy, because the moment you get married, the commitment increases. If you are single and you are complaining, I don't have time, so why get married, Inko? It's going to be more. There are some things we do in marriage every day. We don't have choice. We have to do them. Even when we don't feel like doing, you just have to do. Even when you don't feel like doing those things. So if you're not single and then you are complaining that I don't have time or I can't give my this, maybe that person is not ready. And because relationship, marriage generally is a lot of work. When I wrote this book, I wrote this is my first book, My Marriage, My Work. This book, the title alone, should scare a person that wants to read it, but of course, it's not meant to scare you. It shows that my marriage is my work, is a complete. Those who are single and are looking forward to getting married, like I told you, I do a training for them for 8 weeks. I gather them in a virtual class. People all over the world, US, Germany, UK, wherever, Nigeria. at the moment they are in a training. I normally tell them in the first class that, you see, this marriage you want to enter, it is a place where people work. Oh, it's not a play arena. It's not a vacation arena. There is one, when you go to work, you go there 8 to 4, 8 to, or 9 to 5 to concentrate on the job. It is when you are done with the job that you can say, okay, let me do this call, miss call, or all of that. In marriage, we give time to the work. And that is why some marriages are having problem. You know why? Many people are not ready to do the job. They're not ready. So for this person, they may not be a bad person. Please take note. But they may just be overwhelmed by, like they said, they are overwhelmed. They are getting overwhelmed. They may be overwhelmed by work. Then they may be young. Because they are young, they are still trying to figure out a whole lot, their career, maybe their academics. And so a lot is fighting. Even money. Some young people are already paying rent for themselves, right? So they may be overwhelmed. And it may not be that they are a bad person. For this person, I advise you, seek personal help. You can reach out to me, and you and your partner to be, you can be spoken to, you can be counseled. Counseling session is not free. Oh, please, everybody should take note. If you want me to counsel you, personally, it's not a free thing, but you will definitely get value. You will definitely get value. So on the confusion that you are probably facing or something, they will be sorted, right? So that's question number 2 answered right there. So let's go to this next one. This next one, the person says, I'm in a long distance relationship. Hello, please turn off your microphone. Who is that? If you don't turn on your microphone, I may just remove you from the session, please. You don't have to turn on your microphone. Let me check through. All right. So this person says, I'm in a long distance relationship, not officially married. Is it bad to see one another changing clothes? That's very bad now. I mean, there are some questions that you ask, it is bad. So there's no point. You are looking for a validation. Do you want me to tell you that it's not bad? I mean, what do you expect me to tell you? While you were typing this question, you know the answer. So why are you asking? You are not married. Why are you looking at each other changing clothes? That's a very gross act. So you need to go and stop it immediately, because it's not going to help you. The next question says, I'm in a relationship that started. Please hold on. Let me go through this question properly. I'm in a relationship that started towards the end of June. I accepted his proposal because of the level of confidence, seriousness, and focus I saw in him. I also prayed about it and didn't receive any restraint. But I noticed he has an unhealthy way of communication. Please pay attention, everybody. He has an unhealthy way of communication. Whenever we have misunderstanding, he just starts giving silent treatment and selectively ignoring me. We work in the same office. I know we are from different background and we think differently and all that. That's why I extend grace and move on. But he seems to make me feel punished whenever we disagree. And then he comes back and says, we will make it up with me. My question is this attitude right? You and I already know that this attitude is not right. So that part of the question, you don't need it. So I know guys need space to think, but it's ignoring me the right way to go about conflicts. That part is important. No, ignoring you is not the right way. And it's not just guys that need time to think. Ladies also need time to think, but ignoring you is wrong. And the main issue here is silent treatment. When you are in a relationship where the person you want to get married to gives you silent treatment, is a very manipulative thing. If you're on YouTube, you can join Zoom now, there is space there. It is a very manipulative behavior. Very, very manipulative. Don't entertain it. And what should you do? You need to speak to this person. You need to let them understand that the way they ignore you, the way they treat you, that the way they use silent treatment against you when there is a conflict between the two of you, you don't like it. And tell them why you don't like it. Tell them the effect it has on you. It makes you feel like this, it makes you feel unimportant, it makes you feel that the person is deliberately punishing you. And that is what he's actually doing. Some people know that, maybe he knows that you are big on communication. You love hearing from him, you love chatting with him, you love calling him. It will not take away that privilege away from you. And he is doing that because he knows that it will pain you. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's doing so because he knows that it will cause discomfort for you. So when you're in a relationship with a person that deliberately takes away what they know you like from you, that person is not doing you well. And it can continue in marriage. There are many married people today, that is what they are suffering from. The husband can go on silent treatment for 1 week. The wife can go on silent treatment for as long as she wants. It is a very bad place to be in. So don't let that continue. So in summary, speak to him, tell him that you don't seem to appreciate this part of him, keeping you silent when something happens between you. He just goes silent, and he's using it to punish you. Tell him you don't appreciate it, that you will appreciate that it changes his style. It tells you what exactly you have done wrong, that both of you should talk about it. See, one of the ways to know that you are in a relationship with a mature person is the way they handle conflict. How do they handle? If they don't know how to handle conflict, they just behave anyhow. They just act anyhow. Especially when there is disagreement, they call you names. They can call you are foolish. You don't even know how to think. I mean, they abuse you verbally. Then you know that. You see, a person that loves you will not abuse you and they will still be claiming that they are right. No. They can mistakenly do so, let's say mistakenly, and they will genuinely apologize for it. And it will not repeat itself. But when they do something bad and they are doing it often and often because they know that it will pain you, they are deliberately inflicting pain on you. So be really careful about that. The next question I want to answer is from somebody here who is 26. The person says, I was led to a sister who happens to be a medical student, currently in part 5. We have been communicating for a while, and I felt led to inform her of my intentions, which I did. Recently, she told me that we should cut off every form of communication because she doesn't have conviction yet and she cannot go ahead without getting clarity, which I perfectly understand. My question is, in this case, what should I do? Should I move on or I should wait? Well, um, I believe that the person asking this question, you are probably from a place where there are ways to handle marriage things. Because you said you were led, I'm thinking that you probably are from a church where there's a procedure to follow when you find somebody you want to get married to. You have already jumped one of the procedure, and this is somebody that's also in school. She still has years ahead of her. A part 5 medical student, I think it's 6 years they do in medicine. She still has 1 year. She's at the peak of her academics, where she needs all the concentration. I don't know if you know her CGPA. Maybe she's struggling with, scaling over, and you now want to tell her that you want to get married to her. That's why sometimes when you jump procedure, if you have probably gone through the right procedure, right in code, according to where you worship, for example, they might have told you to hold on, let this person maybe, finish this and finish that so that she will not be distracted. The distraction of the relationship or potential relationship that you have with her could be a reason why she felt she hasn't even gotten clarity. And truly, too, she might not have gotten clarity, so she needed to just get away. So, for you, what should you do? Should you move on? You should wait. It depends on you because you are the one in the relationship or you are the one waiting for an answer. The question is, how long should you wait? How long are you going to wait for? Did she tell you that, oh, wait for me for 1 year, or wait for me for 2 years, or wait for me for 6 months, or wait for me? Did she give you a duration? Right. So this is a conversation I think you should have with her, and that will help you to know whether or not you can keep waiting. But you said you were led. I'm banking on you were led. If you were led, then you can wait because being led means that you believe that the Lord has spoken to you, and at times patience is part of the test. So you can spend some time to wait to be sure that all right, you can she will come around and then probably give you an answer. But please take note that waiting does not mean that you will get a yes. So she can come back eventually and tell you that she's not interested. So don't think that even if you wait for 5 years or wait for 2 years, you will definitely get a yes. No, that's not correct. She may come back tomorrow and tell you that no, she's not convinced and she's not going ahead and all of that. Somebody else is asking here, how important is purpose discovery in choosing who to marry and say yes to as a lady? Is it a must you discover purpose before going into marriage? For the person asking this question, you have been around for not less than 20 years. So at 20, you should be able to know what purpose is for you, even before you start thinking about marriage. And when we talk about purpose, it's not a people look at it from a very difficult area, very difficult perspective. What is purpose? What was that particular thing God, made me to do in this life? It's very simple. What ability has God given you? What special ability has God given you? Check yourself very well. If there's any special ability God has given you, that because when God made us, He told us to be fruitful. The first thing He told human is go and be fruitful. When a person makes a product, they define the use of that product. God made man, and the first thing He said to him is go and be fruitful. So go and be fruitful is a purpose. Be fruitful in whatever thing. The Bible says, whatever thing that hands find to do it with all their might. Be fruitful in it. Definitely, you need to have work. Work is a way of showing fruitfulness. Projects, ambitions, visions, anything you want to do. So far, God has given you the ability to do it. It's a purpose. Don't complicate issues for yourself. So should you discover purpose before you get married? Yes, now you should be gainfully, employed. Not only 9 to 5 job, gainfully employed with something. You are fruitful with it. If you are not fruitful with something, how can you not be fruitful with marriage? So yes, you should ensure that you are found out that that thing that you can give your time to and then be committed to it before you eventually go on to get married. The same person says, no, I don't think I want to answer the second question. Let me also give other people the opportunity to also answer their question. Somebody here says, can the will of God change? Because I once had a relationship, both of us were very sure about being led to each other. We became friends after graduation, but all of a sudden he said he's having unrest and that he cannot continue again, and that he has tried to go to the marriage committee, but he could not proceed. His heart is no longer with me again. So that led to breakup. So please, I just want to ask if there are instances where the will of God changes. The will of God, when people say the will of God like this, is not a human being. Take note. It's not a person like this person is the will of God for your life, and that's the only person in this whole world. No. And at times, when people say, I am sure that we are led to each other, at times, God is not involved. At times, we are the one leading ourselves. Emotions, love, closeness. Like I told you, the lady I proposed to before I met my wife, because of proximity, being in the same lodge, and I observed her, she was brilliant, she made a first class, and I just felt, oh, this is somebody I could, in my mind at that time, I could be saying I was led. Some leading that people claim, they are not really genuine God leading them like that. They just feel that this is it, and then they hang it on. I'm led. Both of us are led. So the will of God really may not change because it's not a human being. Are you getting my point? The will of God is simple. Somebody who is a child of God and does the word of God, follows the word of God. Anybody that falls into this category is doing the word of God, follows God, obeys God, aligns with his word, is the potential will of God for anybody. But it does not mean you can just marry anybody, right? You still want to pray and be sure that you are being led in this particular way, because you really do not know people's future. The person you think is doing this today might change tomorrow. In the next minute, they can change, but God knows the future, and He's a perfect matchmaker, perfect leader, perfect director, perfect guardian for all of us. So, for this situation where you feel that is the will of God changing, both of us were led, blah 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 blah. Sometimes Christians some of us can be very hasty with this will of God thing. And maybe one or two things just link to each other. You just say, oh, the will of God for my life. Only for other things to now unveil. Because the more you have more information, the more some decisions you make can change. You'll now be like, but God led me now. It might not be God. And it might also be God. Take note. You might be truly led. Both of you were truly led and you started a relationship. And along the way, somebody says they are no longer doing. It does not mean that your leading was wrong, and it does not mean that you are stuck. The fact that the person pulls out does not mean that, oh, you have lost your will of God. You can't find another person against a lie. Go back to God, pray again. It's going to lead you. You can find, you will definitely find another person that will say yes to you, and your life will continue. Right? So don't think that the will of God ends with one person like this. That is not correct, right? Okay, so let's go to the next question. This next question says, I've been married. Oh, this one is a married person question. It's a singles, it's a singles. Let me just answer it for the sake of our singles who may want to learn something from it. Are we following? If you are following me, let me see you in the chat room. Are you learning? Are you picking some stuff? Are we picking some stuff? Are we picking some stuff? Anybody? Right? Anybody? Are you learning? Let me see the chat room. Those on Zoom, those on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you can join Zoom. We have some space there now. All right. I can see comments by let me see. Let me go through. Somebody said Kick Esther Kiki, right? Deleke, are they okay? I can see the responses. Esther Mojoko, okay. Faith, I can see your response. Fresh, marvelous. Ajoke, Priscilla, Mercy. All right, good. Thank you all. Right now, let's continue. All right, this person says, although it's a married people's question, let me just answer. I've been married for 3 years, and throughout these 3 years, I and my husband have been struggling to feed. Secondly, I don't know what he does with his salary. Because a week after salary is paid, he would be out of cash and start borrowing. I've asked him severally to know what's going on, but he won't tell me. I'm fed up and leaving this marriage soon. The annoying part is that I'm pregnant 9 months and no single baby things has been bought. He doesn't take things seriously and so nonchalant about things. So this kind of situation is a pre-marriage issue. Singles need to really pay attention to this. See, there are many issues in marriage that are not really marriage problems. They are problems that people carry from single days and they brought it into marriage. So when somebody is not talking about what they earn, this is a pre-marriage conversation, courtship conversation, where you already talk about how you will manage your finances. You see, when I tell singles that you have opportunity to get this thing right 100%, I know what I'm telling you. Take that courtship seriously, please. Take that courtship very seriously. Ask questions. If you are not comfortable with the answer you are getting, get out. Get out. If you think I will manage, well, now you sabi, you come and meet counselor. So for this person, your husband does not tell you what he earns. It's an issue that preceded this marriage. He must have had that attitude from probably from courtship days, single days. He doesn't share as much as he should share. He doesn't give information as much as he should give information. So this person is not as accountable as he should be. So I can understand why you are fed up and you are thinking of leaving the marriage. I'm not saying you should leave the marriage, oh. I'm just letting you know that I can understand why you are at that point where you're you are pregnant 9 months and then there's nothing that has been bought and the man does not care. So that attitude of nonchalance is something that he has had in him before now. And these things don't just change easily. People don't just change their behavior as quickly as possible. My advice is simple. When it started becoming nonchalant, and you two, you know that you are pregnant, what did you also do now? At least for those period of being pregnant, and you know that this man is already like this. Did you also take steps now that you're 9 months pregnant? I mean, sometimes there are certain things you just have to do on your own. You don't wait for your spouse, especially if you know the kind of person they are. And I'll give you an example. If you know your Bible very well, or at least you will know the story of Abigail. Abigail, married a man that was very wicked. He married Nabal. Nabal was a very churlish, Bible called him a churlish man. He was wicked, he was mean, he was unkind, he was an unkind fellow. There was a time he did something to David, and David decided that he was going to kill him. David was ready to go and kill him. Somebody heard that David wanted to go and kill Nabal and cause destruction. The person went to quickly tell Abigail, Nabal's wife, that hey, your husband has done so thing. He has spoken very badly to somebody that he wasn't supposed to speak anyhow about. And what do you think? This person, please, you need to do something. Do you know what Abigail did? Abigail did not sit down there and say, Oh, it is his own. No, they should kill him now. I don't care. Anything that they want to do to him, they should do to him. No. He stood up. She stood up. She gathered some gift items. She gathered food. She gathered some provisions, in today's language. And quickly, she went to go and meet David. And then she used that action and her words to pacify David. She made David to understand that don't do this, don't do that, don't. And then David also calmed down. Few days afterward, the person that they wanted to go and kill, the person died. Now, look at what that woman did. She used wisdom to save, the situation. When you and that's an example of somebody that marries a person that does not make sense. Please take note. I'm not saying that your husband does not make sense. So I'm just giving that a Nabal example to illustrate something. Nabal did not make sense in the way he used to talk to people. But Abigail did not sit down and fold her arms and say, it does not make sense. He's just irresponsible. He doesn't know how to speak to people. And then she'll be watching until the man will be killed. She took a step. So you should take step when you already know your husband. Stand up, get up. If you need to walk. Don't sit down there and be complaining that your husband is nonchalant. What have you also done? I have to tell you this truth. Because if I sit here and I'm blaming your husband, how can I be blaming somebody that is already nonchalant? How can I be blaming somebody that is not ready to let you know what is earning? And in after a week, salary is completed. You stand up and own your life. Own your life. If this question were coming from a man, the same thing I'm going to tell the man. Stand up and own your life. You can't control an adult. He has made up his mind that that's what he wants to do. The most you can do is to do your talking, do your complaining, but will that change the man? Can we answer in the chat room? Everybody, can you please answer me? Will he change the man? Will he make him now to begin to, by going to complain about him? It will not change the man. Thank you, Sheye. Thank you, Amomi. Thank you, Esther, and the rest of you who are streaming. I appreciate you. It will not change the man. So the most important thing, singles, take note, is to avoid getting married to a person that does not care. That's the worst place you can be in. Marrying a woman that does not care, marrying a man that does not care. Well, you carry your load, you carry his load. You carry your load, you carry her load, it will be burdensome. That is why I keep telling you, take your courtship days serious. Take your single days serious. If you look and you see the signs, they are not looking good, japa, move. Don't say I'm 30, I'm 34. What if I don't find somebody else that will marry me? What if move, like take your move now, because it will not help you. So for the woman asking the question, I advise you to sit up and get a hold of your life. Don't keep waiting. Don't keep waiting for him to do anything, for you. He might not do it, right? The next question, this person says, let me see. Are we learning? If you are learning, let me see your comments. All these questions are boring. Should I go to teaching or I should continue asking this question? Please answer me in the chat room. Let me see your responses. Should I continue answering or we should go to teaching?
Right.
All right. Thank you for your responses. So this person says, I'm a Christian lady who intends to get married. I believe in sexual purity and I've decided to abstain from fornication from childhood to date. Unfortunately, I've been meeting men who say they can't be in a relationship with a lady without sex. Others will say if there's no sex, at least there should be smooching, kissing, and romance. As a Christian, I told them I can't compromise. Blah 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 blah. Why is it difficult to see a genuine, godly man who is sexually pure and doesn't want to engage in fornication? Are there still godly men? Sir, this is tiring. I'm getting confused. What is even discouraging is that these brothers are workers and ministers in their various churches. Well, it's not new. We've already been told that there are wolves in sheep's clothing. So this development is not new. It shouldn't make us say, Christian brothers, Christian. If you are surprised at this kind of thing, then you are obey on debo. Yoruba people say you are deboing. You are deboing. So I want to advise you that you should try as much as possible to keep yourself, preserve yourself. Are you getting me? Preserve yourself. Don't, if they say they can't do this and you can't do it, then go away. move on with your life, right? And you find the right person. Don't be disappointed that they are workers, they are leaders in so and so and so and so place. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Just move on with your life, and I believe that God will help you. But let me just explain a few things that you should pay attention to when you want to choose who to get married to, especially for both genders. If you are looking forward to getting married, particularly, let me talk to the men first. Sometimes some single men do not know that the reason they get being rejected, the reason they get rejection is because it's not because the person does not really consider them marriageable. It's because of certain things that they lack. There's this book I wrote titled The Irresistible Single Man. Now, this book tells you a number of things you can do to make you a man who will be difficult to be rejected by a woman. It will be difficult for the woman to say, no, I don't want to get married to you. One of the major and first things you need to pay attention to is the kind of character and integrity that you have. When people look at you, they are sizing you up from the angle of character. And because it's from your character, when you say the characteristics of something, it means that these are the things that defines this thing, the things that this thing is able to do or not able to do. Go and check your character. Go and check your integrity. Even as a lady as well, go and check your character. Check your character. Check the kind of character that you have that people are commending. Is that something you do often and people commend it? Is that something you do often and people complain about it? Go and check it. Because that thing that is being complained about simply means that it is a big deal and it is going to mirror the kind of relationship you are going to have. Number two, go and check. Are you a person of vision? Are you a person of vision? You see, when ladies come to you, I just hope ladies are definitely they are here. They are even more than the men. But the men, listen, to make it easy for that lady to say yes to you, by the time she comes closer, after you have approached her, let her find you as a person of vision. Let her find you as that a person of vision is a person who knows where they are going. You see, a lady that wants to say yes to you, a lady that wants to follow you in relationship, courtship, and then marriage, that lady is leaving the known for the unknown. She has a way of life. She has lived with her parents for years. She knows what she wants to do. You now came to pitch yourself to her and say, "Oh, I want to get married to you. This is what I want. This is what I want to. I want to do. This is what I want to. Um, um, I want to do." You must be able to convince her to the point of acceptance. And how do you convince a lady? You don't convince a lady just by what you say with your mouth. Young men that are here, please pay attention. You don't convince a lady just by what you say. You convince a lady by what you do. Because after you have said what you intend to do, the next thing she is waiting for is your action. That is, will this man back up what he has said with action? You will be so irresistible to that young lady that you are trying to get on your side if you are a person that is visionary by saying and then by doing. The third thing I'm teaching from this my book, this Irresistible Single Man, there are 10 things I mentioned here, 10 things. The third thing you want to do is that you should be financially responsible. This one is very important because there is no marriage without finance. I'm telling you the truth. You might not, you don't need to have all the money now, like today. You don't need to have all the money. Definitely, you can't even have all the money. But show prospect in that direction. Show that there is prospect. Show that you know what you are doing to be able to get to that place. Are you getting my point? Show that I know what I want to do. to be able to get to that point. It does not mean that she's just looking for money, but you need to show the capacity that, yeah, you can do this. You will be able to do this. Today, I was with my wife, and we're going through our old pictures, and we saw a picture from October 2016. That was the year we got married. And the picture was a budget. We used to do physical budget. My wife would write the budget. We'll go sit down. We'll talk about what we want to buy for the month. We'll write everything down, write everything down, write everything down. Then we'll assign money to all of those things. When we look at it and where we are today, there's definitely a very wide gap. What we were doing then was based on what we had, but we knew that we would move out of this point. We'll move away from this place. There's a lot to pass across to you, but we don't have all the time, right? But the idea is that show prospect, show that you know what you are doing to get what you don't have now. Then for the ladies, before I go back to the question, I just want to teach a little. See this book here, Pray But Shine Your Eyes. This book is very small. In fact, it's not even up to 50 pages. It's so small, but what is there? Pray but shine your eyes. What I explain in this book is, aside the fact that you are prayed, say, I pray, God has opened my eyes. I've seen who I want to get married to. Shine your eyes. The Bible says, it says, watch and pray. Watching is like opening your eyes and confirming what you are looking, what you say, oh, you are watching is not just physically, it's also emotional, it's spiritual, it's psychologically, it's psychological as well. There are many things you need to pay attention to as a young lady who wants to get married to somebody who you believe that you have been led to. I normally tell my singles, say, before you give an answer to that man, you must ensure that you yourself, you have gotten an answer. And how do I mean? Don't go and say yes to a man when you are not sure yet. Like that question that young man asked, both of you believe you are led, and then she was in year 5. She now came back and say, oh yeah, we should not talk again. You should go away. I mean, why are you joking with people's emotion? Before you give an answer, get an answer yourself, and your answer is coming from God. Check the person, that the person has the right attitude. I've talked about attitude before. There is no leading in this life, no leading, no Christian leading that beats attitude. Say, I'm afraid, I've been led. What is the person's attitude? Is the attitude good? If the attitude is not good, even if you receive your leading from on top of the mountain after fasting for 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever number of days, you are not led. Though, if you believe you are led and you go ahead, you will soon know that you are not led. Then check if this person is a genuine son of God, genuine child of God. Then also check the person's mindset. Let me stop on that. The mindset of the person. The mindset of the person is very important. When you look at a mindset simply means a person's mind that has been set over a period of time. And to form a mindset, it takes time. To undo it is much more difficult. So if you check the person's mindset, even though you say you are prayed and it doesn't look like it, is Sheye still on the call? And it does not look like it, be careful. Be careful. Don't say, I am prayed, I am led, I am kini. Be very, very careful. Advise the single ladies, go and get this book, Pray But Shine Your Eyes. You can download it on Seller and read. The single men, get this one, The Irresistible Single Man. There are a lot of books on my Seller page. I will share a code with you before we finish. You can go and download it. I've slashed the prices for everybody here, and that's going to expire by tomorrow. You can get it at 50% of the price. I'll share a code. The code, if you don't use the code, you won't get a discount. But let's go back to our questions, so that those who have asked questions can get answers to some of their questions. This person says, okay, says, in discerning God's will concerning marriage, does it depend solely on dreams, visions, similar experiences, or there are other ways God reveals his will? God can. The question that you ask yourself is, how does God talk to me? How do I know that God is talking to me? That is how you can know the person you get married to. It doesn't have to be hard. You know that you can even know the person you get married to just by having very genuine love for the person. I used to have where I used to worship back then, you know, our youth leader, the only testimony he took to the church leaders, the marriage committee, was that he loved a particular sister. He said he just loved the sister. And if you love a person genuinely, that is God leading you, because you are not loving everybody the same way. That special love, that unique love you have for that person cannot be put in your heart just by yourself. Or if it is especially a love that is really genuine, then you know that you can't probably love three people that way. God is also discerning true love, because he himself is love. So yeah, vision, dreams, revelations, reading the Bible. For example, for me, it was through the scriptures. I was reading the Bible that day, August 28th, 2013. I just came back from work. I was very tired. I still picked my Bible. I was reading it, and then I was just opening the Bible as if I didn't even know where to read. I just stopped on Job chapter 33. And you remember I told you it was just about 10 days. There are 10 days after the lady said no to me. I just said, okay, let me read Job 33. And as I read it, I got to verses 13 and 14. That was where the Lord ministered to me. I'm not saying you should go and use that verse, if it's not meant for you. You know, that was where the Lord spoke to me. The next thing I did, I just went on my knees to pray a very sincere prayer. I didn't pray for 10 minutes. That prayer was very short. And what did I say? I just asked God sincerely. The problem is that sometimes we are not even sincere with ourselves. You may even love somebody, you are hiding it, you are denying the feeling. Meanwhile, that could be a leading. So I just went on my knees and I asked God sincerely in prayer that these verses of the scriptures I've just read, do these verses have anything to do with so and so person whose thought has been coming to my mind lately? That was all. Very simple. God is a very straightforward, direct, sincere God. It is we that are not sincere at times. Very sincerely. Just pray that sincere prayer. I just prayed it, and simply I rose from my sleep, from my prayer place, with complete assurance in my heart that, oh yes, this is it, my son. And that was all. So assurance can come from any way, in any means. I can't sit down here and tell you it must be by the word of God. It must be, because God can choose. God is dynamic. He can choose to do it whichever way he chooses. Do you understand? All right. The next question here is, this question has to do with, say, it's been 9 months since this brother from the same church, the same age, but different region started pushing for a relationship with me. I never liked him in any way, in that way. And I told him repeatedly that I was not interested. However, he kept calling and texting, insisting that he truly loved me. When his calls became too frequent and disturbing, I asked him what the matter was. He told me that he truly loved me, blah, 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 blah. He said even if I rejected him, he would still wait for me. Okay. Although I gave him a chance and I was praying about it, but he misbehaved. And I have shut the door of my heart, because I believe all men are the same, though I came from a broken home. Now, this is one problem that you have created for yourself. You said you believe all men are the same. So which man is not going to come to you and you will accept him and not think that is different? This is one of the major barriers that singles create for themselves. You have an experience. Sorry for the broken home that you came from, but it's not your fault. You are not the one that made your mommy and daddy not to be able to, reconcile, and then the home broke. It's not your fault. Don't pick up a trauma that is not your own. It has happened. It's beyond you. You can't even, there's not probably nothing you could do about it. You don't even, in fact, they could have broken up when you were very small, and so you couldn't have stopped it. But don't go about with all men are the same. Sister, you will stay long in this singles market. Say all men are the same. How many men have you spoken to? How many men have you entered a relationship with that you now believe that all men are the same? That's one of the problems that you create for yourself, singles. One man to somewhere will say all women are just the same. You are creating problem for yourself. Don't generalize too quickly. Don't go about, packing everybody into a box and say everybody is like this. You will miss the good person because you have generalized too quickly and prematurely. So this line of thoughts that you have is wrong. Go and undo it. If you are still on this call, go and undo it from your brain. All men are not the same. If you say all men are the same, then you have included me. Me, I'm not an anyhow man. I'm not, if you don't know me, I know myself. So don't go and stop this thing you are doing by saying all men are the same. And stop also referencing that you are from a broken home. You are projecting that because you are from a broken home, certain things should be in a particular way. I don't know if you are getting my point. Are we following? If you are following, please type yes. Are we following? Stop putting yourself in the box of I'm from a broken home. So, and so what? There are many people from broken home that are doing very well. There are many people from polygamous home that are doing very well. I'm from a polygamous home. But look at my life today by God's grace. I'm doing so well maritally and in other ways. So don't tell your story. When you want to write your story, stop putting that I'm from a broken home. And so because of that information that you have given us now, we should begin to look at you in a particular way. Don't make yourself even look, sell yourself well, ladies. Men, speak well of yourself. Your identity is different from the identity of your parents' marriage. What concerns you with their marriage? The marriage produced you, all well and good. That's what that matters. That it is broken is not a thing you should be saying everywhere. So you meet men now. You are talking to men. And part of the things information you are giving to each other is that you are announcing that you are from a broken home. Who cares? Who is looking for it? That you are from a broken home is even a solid point, a very valid point why your home should not be broken, why you should get it right. So go and undo this mindset of all men are the same, I'm from a broken home, or whatever. Go and undo it. Go and dissociate yourself from it. It is blocking you from seeing rightly. Before I even answer your question, it's blocking you. Hello, lady. Babe, right? Blocking you. It's blocking you. Go and undo it. So you said the man misbehaved, and then you shut the door against him and all that. So before ending things, I called him to order and addressed what he had done. Okay. He later called and said that what he did was something he had never done before. And he asked if that was and all of those things, what should you do? Well, for this person, what the person did, before this call, I got more information on what the person did. What the person did was very terrible. I'm not going to be mentioning it. It was very bad. But let me just say this. People can misbehave, but they can also change. People normally say people don't change, but people change. However, that change is not in your power to make it happen. That is one thing you should know. It is in their power to do it. It is in their they are the one that will decide that they want to do better, they want to act better. If they don't decide to act or do better, then it is none of your business. But people change. What he did, as you told me, was actually very bad. I agree with you. However, it does not mean that this person tomorrow will remain a bad person. It does not mean that what he did, he will continue to do it. It does not mean that you cannot change from that thing. Take note, I'm not saying that you should go and pardon him and take him back. I'm just letting you know that people can change. People can make mistakes, but they can change from whatever mistake that they have made. I hope that is clear to you. The decision on whether or not you will take him back is yours to make. You are the one who knows him, because what you just told me in this question is very little. Is a very small part of the entire person that he is. So I cannot judge him based on this alone and believe that, oh, this person is very terrible. Don't go with him. Don't go near him. No, 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 no. It's not, right? So take your time to be sure that what he has done. Because when people do what is wrong and they are truly apologetic for it and they promise to change, you can give such people the space to see if they can change. If you give them the space and they do not make the necessary effort, they don't make the changes that you believe, then you can then move on. All right. However, at the same time, I'm not saying that on the strength of my answer this night, you should go and reconcile with this person and call them back. Depends on you. Prayerfully do everything that you want to do. The next question, the person says, I've been trusting God for a partner. The person that came now said he doesn't want a church wedding, that the MC process, marriage committee process is too long for him, that he prefers court wedding and traditional wedding, and he is also a member of the church. You did not mention the church. You are just assuming that I will know. did you feel in where you yourself, let me see if you put in your church. Can't see here. I'm just assuming you are from a particular church. So the person said they don't want to do church wedding. They want to, the process is too long. I'm not worried since they said that, hope you are worried whether or not you are with the right person because this person wants to skip church marriage. Well, everybody has their decision to make about what they want, but I need to be very careful about a person who wants to skip um, a known procedure in in where they identify with. I'll tell you a story. I believe that the lady should also be on this call. Somebody contacted me on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and it's similar to this. The same kind of, I don't want church wedding. And the person wanted to skip the church wedding and all of that. And when the person asked me what she should do, I was like, why would you want to skip a procedure that you are in? You know the church you are in, you know what they do. The Bible says, let everything be done decently and in order. Those those procedures, policies, procedures, and processes are put in place for decency, for order. You now want to skip it. It tells me something about you. Number one, it tells me that you don't have regard for authority. And that shows it can tell further things about you. It can also tell me that you may be a person who is not patient enough. If you can decide that you want to skip this because you believe it will take too long, it also tells me something about the kind of value system that you have regarding patience, regard for authority, and a whole lot of other things. So I told her, I said, be careful with this person who is keenly interested in skipping, the marriage committee process of our church. So be careful with this person. That was what I told her. And I can't remember the exact name. I made sure that I drew our attention to the fact that it was not ideal that he was avoiding, what was known. Then I left it. Do you know that just last week or thereabouts, she came back and told me that she had been able to find out why the young man didn't want to follow the marriage committee process in the church. And what was the reason? They were just talking, and I think they had conversation around how do you express love? Then the young man said, I express love. I'm very free, I'm expressive. I express love through kissing, romance, motion, every other thing, but no penetration. He just said no penetration. That tells you, like I told you, if you can decide that you want to skip a known procedure process in the place where you are or in the place where the person you want to get married to is, it means that there are some other values that you will be compromising on. So you can do everything, kissing, smooching, whatever, whatever, but no penetration. Can you imagine? So that way, the lady was able to confirm that no, 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 no. There's no way for me in this place. So be careful about the person that want to deliberate, because such people can teach you how to break rules. They can teach you how to break rules. They can teach you how to cut corners. Yeah, that is the word. They can teach you how to cut corners. So be very careful. This next question, let me hold on. I remember the question when I was going through. Right. So this is the question. The person says, it's a bit long. I'll try to see if I can. Okay, it's not that long. Say, I got proposed to by a brother who lost his wife about a year ago. He's 47. I gave him a no about 1 to 2 weeks later, because having, I wasn't at peace. I wasn't at peace with that. Maybe because of my reservations about marrying a widower and some personal concerns. We stayed cordial, and after some months, he still raised it. He still raised the saying. He still led in that direction. Well, I truly want to do God's will, whatever it is. I have told God that. You don't understand. Um, I want to do God's will. God that I am. I've told God that, and I'm praying about it sincerely. As I pray, I know I need to watch, and as well. So please, what clarifications and questions can I seek to get considering this? So what questions should you ask the person? It's simple. I advise to read this book. I keep saying it that it's not because I want you to buy my book, but there is so much you can learn in reading. I can't answer everything here. So get this book. That is Pray But Shine Your Eyes. Pray But Shine Your Eyes. Get this book. It's going to help you. I'm going to be posting the link now. The link to where you can get my books at 50% between today and, let's say, 12 noon tomorrow. I'll disable the discount link. By 12 noon tomorrow, it will be off to back to 100%. So I'll post it before the end of the call. If you are on YouTube or Zoom, I'll post it on both ends. Just be patient. So you are asking, what question can you ask? I'm just wondering how to approach this, the uniqueness of marrying a widower. If God says yes, I think I will advise you to chat me up privately, and let me advise you further, because this is a very unique case. Are you getting my point? It's a very unique case, and a private counseling session will be helpful for you. If God says, yeah, you should go ahead, what should you do? What kind of questions should you ask? What should you pay attention to? And all of those kind of things. I advise you to chat me up, and I think that by God's grace, I'll be able to give you guidance in that respect. Somebody says, good evening. My question is, I have a brother that we do talk. I met him in the retreat when I was praying to God to know God's will. I discovered God has answered my prayer, and I perceive His God's will for my life. Since we have been talking, He didn't say anything to me like proposing to me, but he assists me financially when I was in school. He assisted me when I was in school. So recently, I asked him why he's doing that. I asked him if he wants anything from me, since he's not talking, and I already know he is God's will for my life, but his action is different from what his mouth is saying. Okay, he told me that I should not say he is delaying me, that if I see any brother that God is leading me to, I can marry him. So last week, I told him to stop calling me, that I'm not okay or emotionally with the way he was calling always and all of that. Okay. My question is, what can I do in this situation? The more I try to release him from my heart, the more I love him. Well, the Bible says in Amos 3:3 that can two work together except they be agreed? You are the one loving him. What if he's not loving you back? So your love is not enough if he's not loving you back. Does that make sense to you? Before we start the report. You use the laptop chat down. Where is this person though? Can you mute yourself? Yeah. Please hold on, let me mute this person. So I've done that from the beginning. All right. So apologies for that. For this person, you are the one loving, you are the one who is led. And if leading is not mutual, you are not going anywhere until he also feels that he is led. Then your leading is halfway. You can't, as the Bible says, can two work together except they be agreed. There's no agreement yet. You are the one who believes that God has led you, but he is not saying that. So because he's not saying that, there's nothing you can do about that. And you find it difficult to go to release him from your heart, because you have been doing a lot together. When I mean doing a lot, communication, sending you money, and a whole lot of those things are things that bond people. Anybody you communicate with consistently, you will bond with the person. There is nothing you can do about it. Do you understand? That is why you are in this situation where you are not able to move on easily. But men are very they are unique human beings. Men can easily separate emotion from, unlike women. Women can merge a whole lot of emotions together. If somebody is showing you kindness too often, it is natural for you to begin to love the person. But sometimes the person showing you the kindness, particularly a man, may just be doing it because they just want to be doing it. He may also have intention to marry you, but he might not be ready to do that yet, but he's doing those things to keep you. Now, that's why I told you that don't say I'm delaying you. If you find anybody that wants to marry you, you can go. He's saying that too, so that he will not come. If he changes his mind tomorrow, he doesn't want to make it look like he has unduly held you down. So for you, you are already emotionally entangled, right? That is why you are finding it very difficult to move on. You took too long to do this thing that you just did. You took too long. You should have asked him earlier, why are you giving me money? Is there anything that you are saying in me that is making to be giving you money. So you didn't do that on time. That's why but you need to just learn to move on from it. With time, it will go. That's the honest truth. The longer you stay away from communicating with each other, you try to, take his thoughts away from your mind. Before you know it, you are going to be fine. The next question says, I actually reached out to you about our premarital counseling, but whenever I bring it up with my partner, he always says he already knows everything he needs to know. I'm not sure how to handle the situation. Please, what do you think I should do? I really appreciate your audience. Well, for a man, I think I remember you. Yeah, you once reached out. So you wanted to join my primary class for singles. If I go through my chat, I know I will see your chat. And the man says he already knows everything he needs to know. For that one, the answer is wrong. Is incorrect. Even me sitting here, I don't know everything yet about marriage. We still keep learning. And this is 10 years old. In this side is married. And somebody that has not or has he married before, say he already knows everything. What does he know? He doesn't know everything. Does he know what a woman can be like, can behave like during pregnancy at the 4th month, in the 2nd trimester, in the 3rd trimester? Does he know? So it's a statement of, in quote, arrogance to say that you already know everything. It's not so. Now, why did you say so? Is the question. Some people just believe that they already know everything. It could be pride. That's the honest truth, because nobody knows everything, right? Even a professor knows knows a lot of a little. That's why he's a professor in a particular subject. And even in that subject, he has area of specialty. So a professor of accounting is not a professor of all the sub accounting topics. No, he's a professor of a particular part of accounting. So it's wrong to say you already know everything. You are not the first person to be in this kind of situation where your fiancé will say they don't want to join a primary class. I have had cases like that before. It is you that would, and what the question you should ask yourself is, what does this thing point to about the person I want to get married to? It points to the fact this session will end in the next 9 minutes. 11 o'clock will be off, so everybody can go. Thank you. It shows something. Ask yourself, what does this attitude about him? What does it show? If you don't know, I will tell you. It shows that it may not be teachable. Because when the person tells you they already know everything, it means, what do you want to teach me? What do you want to teach me? And people who are not teachable, they are pointers to something bigger that you should expect. The people who are not teachable are people who always believe that they are right. And in marriage, you cannot always be right. Oh. In fact, it's not even only marriage, in life generally. Are we always right? Can we answer in the chat room? Are we always right? Are we always right? Let's answer. Let's answer. I want to see your answer. Are we always right? The answer is no. We are not always right. So somebody will now sit down somewhere and say they already know everything. How now? It's not possible. So it shows arrogance, it shows pride, it shows even a lack of understanding of what you are talking about. Because to say that you know everything, that's a lot to arrogate to yourself. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Yes, thank you, Damilare John. We make several mistakes in life. Several mistakes. So to now sit down here and say, I already know everything, so, well, what should you do? It depends on you. Check him very well. Are you sure he has other behavior that can make up for that? To be candid, he may know a lot, but he just may have overused the word that he knows everything. So this is something you want to check for yourself and be sure that, yeah, this person, you know, is somebody that you can deal with. Look at his other aspects. If he has other good behavior that you believe, you can go on with, well and good. Otherwise, you need to check it very well to be sure that you don't enter into the wrong hand. Let me answer another question by a man. I've been answering question by females. Let me answer this question by a man. We're closing in the next 7 minutes. All right. Is it proper or advisable for a young man like me who is still building his life, career, and finance to be in a relationship with a lady I see a future with while building with her? Or should I leave off being in a relationship until I have all it takes to get married within 6 to 8 months of my relationship with the lady? What tells you that once you get everything, you will get who to get married to in 6 to 8 months? So are you saying that the woman will just be waiting for you like this? Will be in the showroom waiting for you when you are just ready, you have gotten everything, you just come. and pick the lady. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And I'm not also saying that it's ideal to continue in relationship until you, because you are just building. You may take a break, really, truly prioritize yourself. If you are just building, relationship might not be the priority for you now. However, don't do 6 to 8 months. When I'm ready, I'll not go and start looking for who I'll get married to. You might not find in the next 1 year or two. So don't think that the fact that there are many singles out there means that whenever you are ready, just go to the warehouse and pick the one that you want. Pick the one that you want on the showroom. No, 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 no. It doesn't work that way. Keep having friends, male friend, female friend. The main thing here is keep relationships, not necessarily relationship leading to marriage. Be friends, be good to people, have good relationships around you, such that when it is time to get married, you are not a person that will be seen as, where is someone coming from? I've never known you. You are just coming to talk about marriage to me. Build relationship, keep relationships, relate well with people, have cordial relationship with people, and keep building your life. You may want to, I don't know the level where you are when you say you are building. You may want to hold on with the pursuit of relationship and all that, but keep having good relationship with people and keep that up. And then when it is time and you feel it is time for you to now get married, you can then now start considering that option. We have 5 minutes more. So before I finish, like I said, I want to give you all an opportunity to get all of my books at 50% discount. 50% discount. So I'm just giving you this opportunity for between tonight and tomorrow 12 noon. By 12 noon, the discount code will expire. So if you want to get the books, there are about 10 of them, 10 of them on courtship, on praying but shining your eyes, irresistible single man, my marriage, my walk. Now this is courtship, pray but shine your eyes, from woe to wow, and many more, and others on the seller platform. You can go there and use this link. Use this link and this code. Discount code is 02. Discount code is 0203 0208. So use this to, when you get to the point of payment, that is when you should put that code. That's the link to the seller page. You get all my books there, not my courses. So if you use discount to buy course, I won't know it too. It's only the books. So the courses are they are not on discount, but that is the code. For those of us who are on YouTube, let me also post the link for you there. YouTube people, please check the comment section. You can see the link to all my books, very solid books. Many of the questions you have asked me, some of them I've already answered them, or to be honest with you, in some of my books. So go and get those books and use those books. Then if you are also single and you are looking forward to getting married, I strongly advise you to join my pre-marriage course. My pre-marriage class is an 8-week training. For 8 weeks, I take singles through very detailed and thorough class. The question that the lady asked about her fiancé not wanting to join pre-marriage training, that was what she was referring to. Very detailed training, thorough training, and it also gives you direct access to me, my wife, and the community of other people. You will learn a whole lot. The next one is starting in October. If you're in a relationship, you're looking forward to getting married, or you are even single, you want to learn. We have singles in the current class. I strongly advise you to be a part of this training. It's going to transform you. You can reach me on WhatsApp. You're already in the WhatsApp community where where you got to join this training from. Pick my number from there, chat me up if you want to join or you want to get any of my books or whatever. You can do that. If you need private personal counsel, you can also send me questions, and then you can take personal counsel with me, and I believe that you will have a whole lot. So have you learned anything tonight? Have you learned anything today? I would like to hear from you. What's your takeaway from tonight's session? Time has really gone. Was it useful for you? You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. I will open the WhatsApp group. You can leave comments there now. The training, how it went for you, Was it great? Was it amazing? Was it, if it's not amazing, just say it. If it's nonsense, say it. Just say it, right? But I know I didn't do nonsense. It has been very valuable. Yeah. So the other questions that I didn't answer because of our time. If I have time, I will answer them through a video. I will answer them through a video, and I will post the answers. I will send the link to the group. All right. I will send the link to the group. Whatever question I answer, I will post the question, and then I will post the link to where you can watch the answer, because we can't answer everything on this call. Right. So stay in the group. I initially wanted to disband the group, but I think I should just leave it closed the way it is, so that activities will not be too much in it, right? Activities will not be too much in it. In fact, I'm not going to open it. If you want to send any comments to me, please, you can send it to me privately, or drop it on YouTube comment section, or send it to me my DM. If I open the group and people are beginning to talk, people will become tired and the messages will be too much. So you can send me DM for appreciation, whatever it is you want to say, and a whole lot of other things. But stay in the group. Questions that were not answered, I will do video subsequently as much as I have time. I do hope I will have time. I will answer some, definitely not all. And then you'll find the answers there. If you're not following me on Facebook, please go and look for me on Facebook, Sunday Anani. That's Sunday, then Anani, Anani. Follow my profile, then also follow my page, Sunday Anani on relationship and marriage. That's my page. My profile is Sunday Anani. Go and follow. I post a whole lot, edifying content that will grow you, strengthen your faith, and make you a better believer who looks forward to a great marriage. All right. So I appreciate you for your time. It's 11:01 from here. And I pray that God will go with you, keep you, preserve you. Everyone here, if there's anything that is still unclear to you, I pray that the Holy Spirit will minister to you and give you wisdom. Thank you so much for being a part of this training. For those of you who stayed to the end, I really appreciate you. I can still see Shaya on the call. Mercy, thank you. Grace, Simeon, Noble, Amaka, thank you. And there's one Lady Bliss as well. You two, you have been around from the beginning. Esther, thank you. I hope Rosemary is here. Esther is your sister here. She must have probably sent you the link. Sunday, obviously my namesake, thank you. Oluwabumi, Lola Day, Mary, Sheyi, Mercy, all of you, Dolamu, all of you. There are too many to mention. I pray that God bless you all. Have an amazing night, and bye for now.